Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking another look here at QTUM. This is a request from one of my community members. See here, I think it was one of my newer members here, Kratos, if I recall correctly. Yep, Kratos, thank you so much for the request. I'll go ahead and cover this here. And obviously, if you want to become a better trader, jump on over to our Crypto Cash premium account, cryptocash.tech. I have a trading university and, of course, signals where we share all of my signals here. We took some nice profits here from Solana, 40%. And recently, too, as well, Injective at 202%. So awesome stuff here so far. Planning to send out a few more signals here today before the day is over, but just waiting for the Bitcoin close to come into place here first. So with QTUM, this is an interesting coin. It's done very, very well for itself in the past. It's ramped up twice, both post ICO and another time back in 2021. So this coin's been around for a while. Definitely an experienced coin. What we want to do is kind of look at some monthly closures and kind of talk a little bit about key level supports and resistances, okay? Because again, we're coming up on some areas here of regard, so we want to pay attention. Right here at about $3.25 is a close approximate, is a key level resistance. So you can see the price try to wake up past that, closed above, and then closed below here so far. So again, even though it's spent some time above that level, it has difficulty on the 1 month candle to effectively close above that level. Okay, so again, we always want to look at monthly closes to kind of see what's going on there. But generally speaking, that's what we're looking at here for this coin. We also want to take a quick look at some other things as well. We want to take a look at some liquidity levels. The previous liquidity levels have been swept. We can see there is some fair value just above. We'll talk about that here in a moment. And we also want to talk a little bit about Elliott Wave and the fact that this actually may pull back here soon. If it does, that halfway point is a potential likelihood. Okay, so again, we want to kind of look at that and talk about that here and kind of see where we're at. Coincidentally, this most recent monthly close that we kind of identified is a Fibonacci retracement level. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a quick peek here. So big picture, we were up over 70 on the RSI for some time. Coins like this have a tendency of staying above 70 on the RSI for only a few days. In other words, this spent about a week's worth of time above that level. If we look at its history too, anytime it's been above that level, it usually only stays there for about 3 or 4 days. The biggest time here, when the price action was super high, we saw the price action above RSI at 70 for about a month. Okay? Again, this coin has tremendous potential to stay overextended, but right now, with this kind of being a little premature, for lack of better terms, with the Bitcoin trying to break key level resistances and being in a good position, but not really a great position for a bull run, we can see this coin is pulling back here. So again, spent its time in the sun, and now it's regressing. If we take a look at the moving averages, we're above all three, so still tentatively bullish. We can kind of see this trend line here as well, kind of running concurrent with the 20-day SMA. The 20-day SMA on the daily is one of my main indicators that I like to use for confirmation. And as we can see here, we're confirming above that level still. So you don't necessarily, you don't want to necessarily try to short all the way down here because it's not necessarily a reality just yet. But the truth is, a pullback makes sense to this 0.5 level, which we can see again here reflected on Elliott Wave. Okay, so again, still bullish on this coin in the overall sense, but we got to recognize it may pull back a little bit further. Good news is this most recent low that we have right here is not any lower than the previous low. So that's a good confirmational sign that we're still bullish in this coin. We're still above the 50-day SMA as well. It's extremely important. We have broken below 50 on the RSI, which is typically a bearish sign. So in truth, while we still have the price action making higher lows, we're making lower lows on the oscillator. It's typically a bearish sign here, letting us know that we could see further downside. Okay, so again, I'm not super convinced that we're in good shape just because we're creating a higher low. It's not really the cleanest or prettiest higher low, you could say. If we take a look at the most recent 1 week close, we are consolidating close to the weekly close, which is common. If we take a look at the monthly close, we are below that level, and previous month closes do work as resistances and supports depending on which side you're on. So we could very well see that work as a resistance now that we've broken below that. So 320 is probably the new resistance here. That's roughly where we're looking at for that situation. We do also have a rising wedge pattern here, and we've broken below that rising wedge. So I think the truth here is that we are probably likely more so to come down than up at this point. I'm not saying you should necessarily short, but I do think that a consideration for a long position at a lower price point would be better than to try to take one right now. Okay, so again, never try to recommend shorting at all. But if I were to, then you'd want to wait for confirmation. I think at this point we're looking for a long closer to this range here instead. So I think that's just something to kind of consider and to think about. So at this point, we're looking pretty good, and overall not the worst thing ever, but still, technically, in the in a not so great place. Okay, I don't know how else to describe it. There's a greater chance we're going to see further downside than upside at this point. And let's take a quick look at the hourly. We can see we've broken cleanly below the Ichimoku cloud, conversion lines below the baseline, and lagging span is not free and clear of price action or soon intersect. So the truth is here that if you have a short position open, you'd probably want to close that too. So when we have confirmation that closing your short to the downside and closing your long to the upside are kind of present, that's really one of those places where you just kind of chill out and relax. Try not to be like the amazing trader that catches every single dip and every single overextension, right? You want to just kind of wait for confirmation. And to me, waiting for this 280 range would be much better probability than to try to catch a short on the way down or to try to catch a long right now when it's already overextended. So to me, I think that's it's best to kind of wait this one out. So I hope that makes sense and I described that correctly. But truth is, this coin is still very bullish. We probably can find a better entry, is my guess. At this point, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense for the price war to continue higher right now. We need more consolidation. We need a closure, solid closure above 325 on the weekly or monthly at the very least to get this this uptrend started. We're not quite there yet, but it's awesome to be able to see this recovery. I mean, you look at the price action; it's up almost 42%, in the last 7 to 10 trading days, and just profit alone. So again, congrats if you got in at the lower price point. I just recommend waiting for a better entry. I'm more so waiting for a 280 or lower entry for a long position than I am trying to short to that level. Okay. All right. Hopefully that made sense and I described that correctly. Please like, follow, subscribe if you could. Help us grow the community. We have an awesome Discord over here as well. If you want to jump on over there, we got some really cool traders and greatly appreciate all of you. And I thank you so much for just making my life a better place. And I can tell you, it's really nice to be able to share these results with you too. I mean, for our premium members, congrats and kudos to them for all these profitable gains here. Yeah, we took a few stop losses, but again, you have to take a stop loss because those could have been really large losses. Okay, so again, it's important to recognize that being part of just being a trader in general is taking your wins and your losses. Losses are all part of it. You can never truly 100% trade. But the key is to take less of the losses and more of the gains, and that's kind of what we've been doing. So awesome stuff. There is a few slots left available for our premium group, link down below. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.